A judge in the U.S. city of Minneapolis has sentenced the former police officer Derek Chauvin to 22.5 years in jail for the murder of George Floyd. The 46-year-old African-American died in May last year after Chauvin knelt on his neck for more than 9 minutes during an arrest. The lawyer for Mr. Floyd's family says the sentence is historic, bringing America a step closer to healing by delivering accountability.
Your Honor, Keith Ellison, Attorney General, on behalf of the state of Minnesota.
This courtroom has been the scene of powerful testimony. Today, it became a place of closure for the Floyd family. The judge began proceedings by inviting them to speak.
Mr. Blackwell, you may proceed with victim input.
His daughter Gianna appeared first on video. His brother Terrence struggled to speak as he addressed Derek Chauvin directly. For the first time, the public got a more intimate look into his character from his mother.
It has been difficult for me to hear and read what the media, public, and prosecution team believe Derek to be an aggressive, heartless, and uncaring person. I can tell you that is far from the truth.
Here in Germany, a suspect is in custody after a mass stabbing. 3 people died from their wounds and at least 5 others were seriously injured. Police say they're investigating a possible Islamist terror motive. Witnesses said the man shouted the Islamic phrase Allahu Akbar. The attack took place in the southern state of Bavaria, in a plaza in the centre of the city of Würzburg. Pedestrians tried to stop the attacker and may have prevented more bloodshed.
The knife man struck in the historic centre of Würzburg, which was crowded with shoppers on a sunny afternoon. Authorities say the attacker was a 24-year-old Somali man with a history of mental illness.
News agency reports citing sources within the German Defense Ministry says 15 troops have been injured, 12 seriously. The attack happening around 155 kilometers north of Gao, where Bundeswehr troops are stationed at Camp Castor as part of a United Nations peacekeeping mission in the West African country.
The UN peacekeepers were on the patrol in northern Mali, in northern Gao, and this is a region which is known to be like a region of terrorists, like several jihadists operate in that region, and while they were on this operation, they were, they fell in the ambush, and several soldiers, as you mentioned, a couple of them were injured.
A helicopter carrying Colombia's President Ivan Duque and others was struck by multiple bullets in an attack on Friday, he said in a video message. The incident took place while the president's helicopter was flying through Colombia's Catatumbo region. No one was injured in the incident, a spokesman for the presidency said. The troubled Catatumbo region on Colombia's border with Venezuela is home to extensive coca crops, the main ingredient of cocaine. It is where guerrillas of the leftist National Liberation Army operate, former FARC fighters who reject a 2016 peace deal with the government, along with armed criminal groups involved in drug trafficking. Security personnel have been given clear instructions to find those behind the attack of the helicopter.
The father of the Belarusian opposition blogger Roman Protasevich has told the BBC his son's been moved from prison to house arrest. Protasevich, you may remember, was arrested last month when his flight to Lithuania was forced to divert to Minsk on the pretext of a bomb threat. He's since been seen on state television making a confession that his family says was coerced. His girlfriend is also said to have been moved out of detention.
Iran likely conducted a failed launch of a satellite-carrying rocket in recent days, and now appears to be preparing to try again. the country's latest effort to advance its space program amid tensions with the West over its tattered nuclear deal. Satellite images, a U.S. official and a rocket expert all confirmed the failed launch, earlier this month, at the Imam Khomeini spaceport in Iran's Semnan province. The attempt comes as Iran's space program has suffered a series of high-profile losses, while its paramilitary Revolutionary Guard runs its own parallel program that launched a satellite into orbit last year. Iran's telecommunications minister Mohammad Javad Azari Jahromi later Wednesday denied Tehran had a failed satellite launch, but offered no explanation for the activity at the spaceport.
A highly anticipated US government report on UFOs was released on Friday, but the overarching message was a lack of data fails to explain the mysterious flying objects. It included 144 observations of what the US calls unidentified aerial phenomenon, dating back to 2004.
We're going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
The unclassified report marks the first time the US government has publicly acknowledged the unexplained sightings previously seen by military pilots, after decades of deflecting. Among the incidents included cases that previously came to light in the Pentagon's release of video from naval aviators showing unexplained aircraft off the US east and west coasts exhibiting speed and maneuverability exceeding known aviation technologies. The report listed 5 potential categories to explain the sightings, ranging from airborne clutter to natural atmospheric phenomena or foreign adversary systems.
Now, the meeting between 6 farm leaders and Delhi's Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal is currently underway. Farmers will hand over the memorandum to the governor demanding repeal of 3 farm laws. Several farm protesters have been detained in Delhi for blocking the road during their Raj Bhavans march. In fact, farmers are holding demonstrations to mark the completion of 7 months of the agitation against the centre's 3 new farm laws. Large numbers of farmers in Panchkula were seen marching towards the governor's residence in Chandigarh to submit this memorandum. Farmers have now planned to gherao all governor houses across the country as part of their protest. In fact, the Samyukt Kisan Morcha has said that they are observing the day as Save Agriculture and Save Democracy Day.